The American dream of luxury living is unraveling before our eyes. In 2025, the high-end housing market, once thought untouchable, is crashing harder than anyone imagined. Cities that once flaunted multi-million-dollar listings, where bidding wars erupted overnight, are now flooded with price cuts, desperate sellers, and empty mansions collecting dust. We're not talking about starter homes here. We're talking about properties with infinity pools, marble kitchens, rooftop decks, and 6-car garages. Homes that once symbolized success, now sitting unsold, slashed by hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. This isn't just a slowdown, it's a full-blown luxury housing collapse. So tonight, Discover the Nation counts down the 10 cities where luxury homes are crashing in value. Make sure you stay until the end because the #1 city is losing wealth at a pace we haven't seen since the 2008 financial crisis. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe because the luxury crash is only the beginning of America's housing unraveling, and we'll be exposing every twist as it happens. Number 10. Dallas, Texas. Dallas was once the crown jewel of Texas real estate, where luxury homes in Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Turtle Creek regularly sold for $2 to $5 million, sometimes before they even hit the MLS. But in 2025, that shine has turned to rust. At the peak of 2022, the median price for luxury homes, defined here as the top 10% of the market, soared past $1.3 million. Today, those same homes are trading closer to $1.05 million. That's a 20% plunge in just 3 years. And for properties above $3 million, price cuts of $500,000 to $1 million are becoming the new normal. The culprit? Oversupply and rising costs. Dallas saw a construction boom during the pandemic, with developers flooding the market with McMansions and luxury condos. Now, inventory is sitting at nearly 10 months of supply for homes priced above $1 million, double the healthy level. Listings that once vanished in days are now rotting on Zillow for 120, sometimes 180 days. And then there are taxes. Dallas County's property tax rates hover near 2.2%, meaning a $2 million home racks up nearly $45,000 a year in taxes. Add in soaring insurance premiums, now topping $12,000 annually thanks to Texas hail and storm risk, and monthly carrying costs are punishing even high-income buyers. The rental market isn't saving investors either. Luxury rentals in Dallas average around $6,000 a month, but carrying costs for these homes often exceed $10,000. Investors who thought Dallas was a cash flow paradise are quietly unloading properties, many at steep losses. Foreclosures on luxury homes, once unthinkable here, are ticking upward. Tarrant and Dallas counties report a 14% increase in high-end foreclosure filings compared to last year. Dallas still carries the aura of wealth, but the foundation has cracked. For luxury buyers, the days of safe investment are gone. Dallas is becoming the symbol of how fast the Texas boom can turn into a bust. Number 9. Miami, Florida. Miami has always been America's luxury playground. Penthouses overlooking Biscayne Bay, waterfront estates in Coral Gables, and glass towers on Brickell Avenue. But in 2025, Miami's luxury market is facing its darkest reckoning since the 2008 crash. Between 2020 and 2022, Miami became the global hotspot for wealthy buyers. New Yorkers fleeing taxes, Californians chasing sunshine, and international investors from Brazil, Argentina, and Russia poured billions into South Florida condos. Prices skyrocketed. A luxury condo on Brickell that sold for $1.5 million in 2019 resold for $2.4 million in 2022. Waterfront mansions in Miami Beach doubled in value within 5 years. But the tide has turned. Today, the average price of Miami luxury condos has dropped nearly 22% from peak levels. A $2 million condo that once sparked bidding wars now sits unsold at $1.55 million. Waterfront homes that listed at $5 million are slashing $1 million off asking prices and still languishing for months. Why? Oversupply and unrelenting costs.
Miami saw more than 20,000 new luxury condo units flood the market between 2018 and 2024. Now there simply aren't enough buyers. At the same time, Florida's insurance crisis has turned ownership into a financial nightmare. Premiums that once cost $15,000 for a waterfront mansion now exceed $40,000 annually. HOA fees for luxury towers have doubled. $1,500 a month is common, and in some towers, fees exceed $2,500 monthly. Investors who banked on Airbnb revenue are bailing. Occupancy rates in Miami have fallen below 55%, and nightly rates have dropped 20%. Wealthy foreign buyers who once dominated the market are retreating, spooked by U.S. interest rates and global instability. The result? Empty towers and sellers in panic mode. The Miami luxury dream, sun, skyline, and sea views, is drowning under its own weight.
Number 8. Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale built its reputation as the desert oasis for luxury living. Gated golf course communities, sprawling desert estates, and million-dollar condos along Camelback Mountain became the ultimate symbols of wealth in Arizona. But in 2025, Scottsdale's luxury market is collapsing like a sandcastle in the wind. The median price for luxury homes here peaked at $1.2 million in 2022. By mid-2025, that figure has fallen closer to $975,000, a 19% decline. For properties above $3 million, cuts of $500,000 are common, and many sit unsold for months. The reason? Oversupply collided with a shrinking buyer pool. Developers went on a frenzy building luxury golf community homes between 2018 and 2022. Now, inventory is choking the market, with more than 9 months of supply for $1 million plus homes. Days on market, once just 20, now stretch to 100 or more. Carrying costs are another killer. Scottsdale's property taxes are lower than California, but insurance costs have spiked due to wildfire and flood risk in the desert. Annual premiums that once averaged $3,000 now exceed $7,500. Meanwhile, mortgage rates above 7% mean that monthly payments for a $1.5 million home have climbed from $6,200 in 2021 to more than $9,200 today. Luxury rentals, once lucrative in Scottsdale, are softening. High-end vacation rentals are oversupplied, with average occupancy under 50% and rates down nearly 15%. Investors who banked on Airbnb golf getaways are now unloading homes at losses. Foreclosures are emerging in places like North Scottsdale, where families who stretched to buy $2 million estates are suddenly underwater. Scottsdale's image as the desert luxury paradise is fading fast, replaced by a harsh reality. Luxury here is no longer sustainable. Number 7. Los Angeles, California. For decades, Los Angeles has been the epicenter of America's luxury housing market. From Beverly Hills mansions to Malibu beachfront estates, LA has long been the land of multi-million-dollar dreams. But in 2025, those dreams are turning into foreclosure nightmares. The numbers are staggering. Median luxury home prices in LA County peaked at $3.2 million in 2021. By mid-2025, that figure has dropped to $2.55 million, a 21% decline. Ultra-luxury properties above $10 million have seen price cuts of $2 to $4 million just to attract buyers. The causes are brutal. Oversupply from years of speculative building, rising property taxes, and California's sky-high cost of living are crushing demand. Mortgage rates above 7% make million-dollar monthly payments a reality for $15 to $20 million estates. Insurance costs for wildfire-prone Malibu properties now exceed $100,000 annually. HOA fees for gated hillside communities have doubled. And then there's Hollywood's downturn. Entertainment layoffs combined with tech slowdowns have thinned the local pool of wealthy buyers. Foreign investors, once reliable in LA, are retreating. Luxury rentals aren't a savior. High-end rents have stagnated, and short-term rental restrictions are crushing Airbnb investors. Foreclosures are emerging in Beverly Hills and Calabasas. Once unthinkable, banks are repossessing multi-million-dollar homes from over-leveraged owners.
Streets once lined with exotic cars now display price-reduced banners. The LA luxury myth of endless wealth and unstoppable demand is cracking, and it's exposing the harsh truth. Even Hollywood can't script its way out of a housing collapse.
Number 6. San Francisco, California. San Francisco was once the pinnacle of West Coast wealth, where tech titans and venture capitalists bid up mansions in Pacific Heights and luxury condos downtown. But in 2025, the city is facing a luxury implosion. The median luxury home price peaked at $3.5 million in 2020. Today, that figure has dropped to $2.75 million, a 22% decline. Downtown luxury condos have seen even sharper drops, with values down nearly 30% from peak. The reasons are everywhere. Tech layoffs have gutted the city's high-income workforce. Remote work has hollowed out demand for downtown living. Crime and homelessness issues are scaring off buyers. And then there's the cost. Property taxes on a $3 million home run over $35,000 annually. Insurance for earthquake risk now tops $15,000 a year. Meanwhile, inventory is piling up. Luxury condos that once sold in days now sit unsold for 200-plus days. Developers who banked on endless tech wealth are offering massive concessions, free HOAs, luxury upgrades, even Tesla giveaways to lure buyers. But demand is gone. Even investors are pulling back. High-end rental demand has collapsed, with luxury rents down nearly 18%. Foreclosures are quietly creeping into San Francisco's luxury neighborhoods. Families who stretched into $4 million homes during the boom are now underwater, watching values sink. San Francisco, once a luxury fortress, has become the poster child for how fast a market tied to one industry, in this case tech, can crumble.
Number 5. Aspen, Colorado. Aspen was once the ultimate symbol of exclusivity. Ski chalets selling for $10 to $20 million, billionaire compounds hidden in the mountains, luxury condos priced higher than most cities' mansions. But in 2025, even Aspen is crashing. Luxury home prices have dropped nearly 18% from their 2022 peak. A $12 million chalet that sold to a hedge fund manager now lists at $9.5 million. Vacation condos that fetched $4 million are down to $3.2 million. The reasons? Demand has evaporated. Rising mortgage rates have priced out even the wealthy. The pool of billionaire buyers who once dominated Aspen has thinned, with many shifting to international markets. At the same time, costs have skyrocketed. Property taxes, insurance for wildfire risk, and HOA fees in exclusive ski communities now add hundreds of thousands annually to carrying costs. Short-term rental restrictions have gutted investor demand. Airbnb revenue that once justified $10 million purchases is down more than 25%. Homes sit unsold for 200-plus days. Foreclosures are rare but growing. Even in Aspen, over-leveraged luxury buyers are defaulting. The image of Aspen as recession-proof has been shattered. Aspen's luxury crash proves that even America's most exclusive markets can collapse when the math no longer works.
Number 4. Hamptons, New York. The Hamptons, summer paradise for Manhattan's elite, is unraveling in 2025. Median luxury home prices peaked at $3.2 million in 2021. Today, they're down to $2.6 million, an 18% decline. Ultra-luxury beachfront properties, once priced at $20 million, are now cutting $3 to $5 million to find buyers. The causes? Oversupply and costs. Dozens of new luxury builds flooded the Hamptons during the pandemic, when New Yorkers fled the city. Now inventory is sitting at nearly 12 months of supply. Homes once sold in weeks now sit unsold for 180 days or more. Carrying costs are brutal. Property taxes on an $8 million estate top $120,000 annually. Insurance premiums for hurricane and flood risk now exceed $50,000 a year.
Add in staff costs for luxury estates, groundskeepers, security, maintenance, and annual costs can run $300,000 to $500,000. Rental income isn't saving owners. The short-term rental market is oversaturated, with weekly Hamptons rates down nearly 25%. Investors who banked on renting to Wall Street bankers are now hemorrhaging cash. Foreclosures are emerging. Once unthinkable, banks are repossessing multi-million-dollar Hamptons estates. The Hamptons dream, exclusivity, prestige, endless demand, is turning into one of the ugliest luxury housing busts on the East Coast.
Number 3. Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas luxury real estate has always been flashy. Million-dollar penthouses on the Strip, sprawling desert mansions with infinity pools, and hillside estates designed to impress. But in 2025, the luxury bubble has popped. Median luxury home prices peaked at $1.1 million in 2022. Today, they're down to $880,000, a 20% drop. High-end homes above $2 million are slashing prices by $400,000 to $600,000 and still sitting unsold for months. Why? Oversupply and costs. Developers went wild during the pandemic, convinced the boom would never end. Now inventory sits at nearly 11 months of supply. Mortgage rates above 7% have slashed affordability, even for the wealthy. Carrying costs are brutal. Property taxes on a $2 million home exceed $20,000 annually. Insurance for desert flooding and wildfire risk adds another $7,000. Monthly costs that were $6,000 in 2021 are now closer to $9,000 in 2025. Luxury rentals aren't saving investors. Airbnb bookings are down 20%, while oversaturation of vacation rentals leaves units sitting empty. Investors who banked on tourism demand are dumping properties. Foreclosures are rising in upscale enclaves like Summerlin and Henderson. The Vegas luxury dream, glitter, glam, and endless demand is fading fast. Behind the neon lights, desperation is spreading. And for the first time in decades, Las Vegas isn't selling a dream, it's selling losses.
Number 2. San Diego, California. San Diego was once the quiet luxury rival to Los Angeles. Beachfront mansions in La Jolla, cliffside homes in Del Mar, luxury condos overlooking the harbor. But in 2025, San Diego's luxury market is crashing. Median luxury prices peaked at $2.4 million in 2021. Today, they've fallen to $1.95 million, a 19% decline. Ultra-luxury homes above $8 million are seeing cuts of $1.5 to $2 million. The reasons? Costs and oversupply. Property taxes on a $5 million La Jolla estate run $55,000 annually. Insurance premiums for wildfire and flood risk now exceed $25,000 a year. Mortgage rates above 7% push monthly payments from $12,000 in 2021 to $18,000 in 2025. Inventory is ballooning. Luxury homes now sit unsold for 150 days or more. Sellers are slashing prices, offering concessions, even throwing in luxury cars, and buyers aren't biting. Rental income isn't saving investors. High-end vacation rental demand is collapsing, with average occupancy below 50%. Rents that once covered carrying costs are now 25% short. Foreclosures are quietly appearing in San Diego's most exclusive neighborhoods. Families who stretched into $3 to $5 million estates during the boom are now trapped, watching equity vanish. San Diego's luxury dream is collapsing under the weight of costs, oversupply, and a disappearing buyer pool.
Number 1. New York City, New York. New York City has always been the ultimate luxury housing market. Penthouses overlooking Central Park, townhouses in the Upper East Side, glass towers downtown. But in 2025, NYC is experiencing one of the worst luxury crashes in modern history. Median luxury home prices peaked at $4.5 million in 2020. Today, they've fallen to $3.55 million, a 21% decline. Ultra-luxury penthouses, once priced at $50 million, have slashed $10 to $15 million and still sit unsold. The causes are devastating. Oversupply from years of billionaire condo towers, combined with high taxes and soaring costs, have crushed demand. Property taxes on a $10 million condo run $200,000 annually. HOA fees exceed $5,000 a month. Insurance premiums are skyrocketing. Mortgage payments for $20 million units are now astronomical. At the same time, demand has evaporated. Wall Street bonuses are shrinking, international buyers are pulling back, and remote work has weakened the draw of Manhattan living. Inventory sits at nearly 14 months of supply for ultra-luxury condos. Rental demand isn't saving owners. Luxury rents have softened, and high vacancy rates plague entire towers. Investors are unloading properties at losses. Foreclosures are creeping into Manhattan's luxury market, something once thought impossible. The skyline that once symbolized endless demand is now a graveyard of empty glass towers. New York City's luxury crash isn't just a market correction, it's a generational collapse of wealth. From Dallas to New York, Miami to San Francisco, the luxury housing dream is unraveling. Price cuts, foreclosures, and vanishing demand are sweeping through America's wealthiest markets. The myth that luxury real estate was immune to collapse has been shattered. This is bigger than 2008, because this time the crash isn't just hitting middle America, it's hitting the very top. If these luxury markets can collapse, the question is simple: who's next? This is Discover the Nation. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit subscribe.